What is up, everybody? 12 TV here today. All I have to say is wow. Just wow. We are in this stage where this game has been removed off the PSN store, and it's like Sony is giving people refunds for this game. Because I guess it was trending a little while ago, or it was like the big news that Sony wasn't doing refunds for this game. But Sony has officially removed this game off the PSN store and not giving people full refunds for this game. So if you have said you had an issue with this game before, Sony is completely honoring that refund deal. This game is completely wiped off their PSN store. You can't buy the game anymore off the store. And they're just giving everybody a refund. It's like, I have never seen this before in the history of gaming. I've never seen anything like this before. I have seen something similar, like these older games, because of a licensing issue. Like if it was an older game that because the license expired, or licensed franchise, that the game was taken off the store. But never because of a game that a game was super buggy and people were like extremely outraged about it. This is the first. This is some breaking news, some just shocking stuff right here. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's great that Sony's giving refunds, but it's like, yeah, I guess that shows because this is insane. This whole transaction, this whole coverage of this Cyberpunk 2077 and CD Projekt Red, it's like it is just wow. This journey we have went on with this game, how like everybody was extremely just happy anticipating this game to come out. People just a few months ago, weeks ago, people were saying how CD Projekt Red is like the greatest studios ever. One of the greatest studios. It's up there with a Rockstar, a Naughty Dog, one of the top tier studios. Let's say they put CD Projekt Red up there. One of those top tier those companies that we all love. These AAA games. They put them up there with that status. But now within like a matter of a week, I think it was like a week since the game released, CD Projekt Red reputation has gone like below dirt. It has gone lower than dirt at this point. The reputation and their standing. This is just insane. I'm so like getting over this topic right here. It's just this whole transaction, this whole period we have seen with this game. It's just to now. It's like this is not looking good for this company. It's like the game is fun, but it's just buggy. It's buggy. They released the game in an unplayable state, which was definitely not acceptable. They was extremely shady about the reviews for the console version. And it's like this company is receiving a lot of hate right now. They definitely deserve all the hate they're receiving, but man, it's like I have never seen anything like this before. But I have never seen anything like this before in my life about a video game company. So I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I honestly don't know. But we're gonna read some of these replies to this post. So it says developers gotta stop feeling pressured by the stockholders to release unfinished products. Investors force them to release it early so they can make money, and it backfired now because their stock is going down. Developers know their best product, not these dumb investors. I agree, man. They should have just delayed this game. If it's obvious that a game is not playing well on your Xbox on the base consoles, why release it on all platforms now? Why not just say it's next gen only? Why even release a product like this? Like I said, the video game industry is the only industry I know where you release like buggy products or products that don't work properly. Then it's just like, wow, accept that this is okay, but they should just wait. Like this, what this guy said, the investors should not be forcing, or the stockholders should not be forcing these companies to release these games out buggy like this. And it's become way too common of a trend where these developers they release these games out and they be extremely buggy. You gotta have these huge day one patches, like 40 gigabytes and more for these games to come out. It's just way too much. The game should not come out and be this buggy like this. It's just a common trend nowadays, so that sucks. Investor, excuse me for wanting a return on investment of a game I've been finding for 8 years. It's 2020. It should have never taken over 8 years from announcement to release. That is definitely a long time. But it is, I don't know, that seems like a very long time to me, considering the other games that came out within that time frame. Funny how people rush them and still get pissed. Game runs great on the Xbox Series X for me. I haven't played on the Xbox Series X, so I can't comment on that. They delayed the game 4 or 5 times and it still doesn't work. If they knew it was going to be a dumpster fire on most consoles, they should just pull their Halo 5 and just move it back a year instead of just a few months. 5 times until it's playable enough to release. Exactly. They should have followed a playbook in Halo Infinite. What Halo Infinite did. They should have did the same thing. Exactly. Like people were making the memes about the whole Craig meme, but at least we didn't see Halo Infinite get pulled from a store and people Microsoft giving everybody refunds. This is a first. This is definitely a first. It's not even bad. Like, come on, f me. Right? People actually want refunds because of some bugs. The game is amazing besides them, but sooner or later they will fix bugs. I don't know what console he's playing on. I don't know if he has a PS5 to be saying all this because on PS4 it's pretty much unplayable. On PS5 it's playable. The character textures look great, but the card textures look pretty horrible. The outside of the card textures don't look that great. The building textures don't look that great. It's like, and I had a crash on my PS5 too. That one crash at that. So I don't know. It's like it's playable condition, but it's not like it's not like it's we bought these next generation systems and this is like next generation quality as well either though. So I don't know. Yikes! It is that bad with a PS5. There's no PS5 or Xbox Series X version yet, so it's just much better at the moment. Huh? I've been playing on PS4 and sure it's buggy, but I'd rather get to play it with a few bugs than not. Jesus, man. What about the people who want to play it despite the bugs? That seems crazy. Offer a refund, sure. Because it's breaking people consoles, as well as Sony doesn't want to hand out replacements if it's caused by a broken game. I haven't heard anything about it breaking consoles. I just know it just crashes the system, not actually breaking the system. Like it crashes. Like when I'm got crashed, I mean the game just cuts off and it goes back to like the main PS5 home menu. You got to just restart the game again. So I've heard anything about it breaking consoles, but that is definitely insane if it is. But I don't know how I feel about them just taking off the store though. To be honest, it's like because if you got a PS5, it is playable. If you got PS5, it's playable. PS4, it's not. PS4 Pro is playable, but it's kind of garbage from what I'm understanding. It's still like very subpar performance, but I don't know how I feel about them taking off the store. To be honest, it's kind of like you can just get people to refunds and let it be that. But I guess they just don't have nothing to do with this anymore because Sony was receiving a lot of flack. People were definitely giving their criticism about how Sony wasn't doing refunds. So Sony just said, "Screw it, we're just gonna get rid of it altogether." Well, where it's fine on my PC, I'm gonna pay you $100 to f off. Get a PC. And those people are kind of known with the whole get a PC crowd. It's like nobody wants to spend like $2,000 just on one game, or like $1,500 to $2,000 just on one game for it to run well or decent performance. The game is great, man, but damn, they should have waited till the game was finished. Shaking my head. Yeah, but the a-hole fans wanted it sooner and sooner. How are the fans a-holes now? Wait, what? How did that turn to the fans being a-holes now? And we're pissed each time it was pulled back. This serves the fandom right. I'm kind of curious what the responses were because how are the fans a-holes now? Because they wanted the game because the game we wanted it sooner. The game has been announced 8 years ago. It should have been. I don't even understand how it takes so long for them to release it anyway. Like, but okay, I'll kind of see what the responses you got. But they weren't. Have you ever short memory of what? No one was rushing this, but CD Projekt Red, they even publicly said so. They had no option but to push it out now. You're smoking crack. They were pressured with every release pushback, like the man said. Well, at a certain point, fault rests on the devs for setting unrealistic time expectations on themselves. Delaying a game will always anger people, especially multiple times. I totally agree. I would have been pissed but satisfied with the finished product. Sometimes next year, the game crashes on me every time I play it, and I want a PS5. Bro, some angry MFers on Reddit can't make a game come any faster than I already would have. They want a Q4 to show some profits. That's it. So I kind of think this is on CD Projekt Red more than the gamers. I don't think it's because the gamers rushed them. It's kind of like, for one, we're not developers. We can't make you do anything. To be honest, people can make a angry Twitter post or make an angry Reddit thread, but that's about it. We can't do anything if you delay the game. Nobody really cares that much. It's like people delay Halo Infinite, and people aren't really like outraged about Halo Infinite being delayed. Nobody really cares that much. It's like like what a lot of people said before, just delay the game and make it be playable. I don't think there's too much to ask for the game to actually just be playable. Like, I don't think we're asking too much here for a product to be playable. Like, this is literally only in the gaming industry where a product, if a product isn't working properly, it's the gamer's fault or the fans' fault. This is literally the only industry where this thinking resides in. No other industry does a product just not have to run properly or play properly. That's just weird. Only the game industry. They can just fix it later on, and it's just perfectly fine. It should still be on the PS5 store. The game works fine aside from a few crashes and bugs, but it's totally understandable. They just remove it from last gen console stores. I kind of agree with that too. Like, at least keep it on the PS5 store at least, because like it runs properly on the PS5. I mean, I guess runs properly on the PS5. It's probably the better version of the game, unless you got like a PC. What was I about to say? And also, I guess if this is only for digital as well too, you can still buy the game physical at a retail store, but yeah, it's still kind of insane though. They just removed this from the store. Sony is lazy, always has. Sony is lazy, always has been, always will be. Okay. Can't believe what I'm saying. Huge W by Sony. CD Projekt Red really effed up, and I feel bad for the devs who now have to work many more crunch hours because the executives effed up. Why remove it? What about people who already have it? My bro has it on his PlayStation. They are removing it if you own it. They are removing it so no one else buys it and offering a full refund again optional. The game works great on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Take the hint and update that 8 year. I'm so annoyed people blaming the people who got a base PS4. How is it your fault? Why are you blaming these? Why are you blaming the consumers of a base PS4 and Xbox One, but you're not blaming the developers? I'm so sick of seeing this comment. Stop. I'm so sick of seeing this comment now. I'm legit tired of seeing this. I don't understand why these people keep blaming the consumers but not blaming the company. They're advertising. When you go inside your local retailer, your Target, Walmart, Best Buy, whatever you go to, and you see Cyberpunk 2077 on consoles, you're gonna see bright letters either PS4 or Xbox One. They are advertising for those systems. It doesn't have like a special message that says only on play this game only on your PS4 Pro or your PS5 or Xbox One X or Xbox Series X, and it's gonna play properly or at least play decent. It doesn't say that anywhere in the box. It says you can play on your PS4. So why are you blaming the consumers but not blaming the company? I'm so sick of seeing this, man. It's like some corporate slaves. There's some CD Projekt Red fanboys. Stop defending the company. Defend the consumers. It's like, what is wrong with you? Listen to a podcast explaining the whole situation. Definitely more to it. Why people are mad than just the game being a mess to play. Uh, and I have a few issues with the game, but it's mostly people with the peasant consoles. People have to be about everything. I don't know if this is a PC fanboy or what, but why is it insulting the consumers? Like, I don't understand this whole concept. So they're advertising for the console audience. Why are the console gamers made to be blamed for this? It doesn't make any sense. Why are the console gamers being blamed, but not the company who decided to release the game in a buggy, unfinished state for the base consoles? It doesn't make any sense to me. To everyone who was already tipping, it was a PC game, and you should never bought a PS4 version. What does this say?
You could shut the fuck up.
Exactly. I'm glad you put this beam because that is so annoying. Like, stop blaming the consumers. How is it our fault? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not a person. It's not a person's fault who has a base PS4, a slim PS4. It's not their fault that the game doesn't work properly. Why are you blaming them? Doesn't make any sense to me. As someone who gets a kick out of games in general, bought it on PS4 and PC to test it out and get B-roll and fun time. It's more than is clear that what those Night City streams they did were a complete lie and went farther than BS marketing. They got caught lying in the issue. It is kind of like they were just doing misleading marketing. And then like once the product finally released, they kind of got exposed, and then it's kind of like they just it was a train wreck. It was a train wreck ever since then. Like, it's just RIP CD Projekt Red. This is the kind of stuff that will destroy their reputation. It definitely has destroyed their reputation. It's like it definitely has done that, destroyed their reputation with this game. This one game. I guess the one game, Witcher 3 gave them the reputation of being this great studio. One game could take that reputation away too with this Cyberpunk 2077. So it is what it is, as they say. Bruh, they removed it from the store. They got the meme right here. That is pretty funny. That is, like I said, that's mind-boggling. That's so insane that they actually removed it from the store like that. So this video is going on kind of long. You can read the response on your own. There's a lot of responses to this thread because this is like everybody's freaking out right now. This is currently trending on Twitter right now. See Project Red. Everybody's just freaking out right now. The whole internet is freaking out right now. So this is insane. This is some insane stuff right here. But that will conclude the video. Definitely want to see your comments down below. Leave a like for this video. And thanks for watching as always. And peace.